Hello, everybody. This is your friend Dave Gadhvi, and you're watching Care Nation. Once again, we have one more amazing brains that we have specially reached out to and requested to be with us today. So we have Dr. Wiechowski with us. We will probably pronounce her name Natalia so that we don't get confused. Natalia, how are you doing today?
I'm well. Thank you so much for inviting me over.
No, it's a pleasure to have you here. So, for people who don't know who Natalia is one of the award-winning speakers. She speaks about the branding, inspiration, motivation, success, and about most likely it's everything revolving around mindset, how anybody can tune their mind and can grow in life. Okay, she is a doctor. I think she is finishing her PhD or already finished, but we will learn more about Natalia, who she is. She is originally from Germany. Right now, she is live from Dubai. And I am really excited and really thrilled to have you here, Natalia, because I saw some of your posts on LinkedIn, and some of them were so real, so inspirational, and somebody, who I can really connect with. So thank you so much for coming on our live show today.
Thank you so much for this beautiful introduction and for those flattering words. I really appreciate them.
No, thank you so much. You deserve it all. I like your glasses, by the way.
Thank you. They're brand new.
Oh,
A new style. And when you
awesome.
work in personal branding, you need to come up with new ideas. And I found them and I thought, let me try that. Why not? Let's give it a try and see how people react.
Yeah. Most definitely. Great. So, Natalia, before we get started on, of course, we have few things which we're gonna discuss today. We're gonna discuss about how anybody can become successful, how to stay motivated, how to face failures, and we also
Mhm.
pick your, daily routine, what kind of books you read, what's your passion, and so on and so forth,
Mhm.
right? So everything that we will discuss today would give everybody, whoever is listening to this live podcast, a flavor of how anybody can get started in life. All right. Before that, I
Mhm.
have an understanding about your role, but if you can just tell me more about who really Natalia is and why you're doing what you're doing. I saw your video, which was really nice, that you came out of the rat race and you wanted to follow your passion. But hey, enough of me. I just want to hear from you and why you're doing what you're doing.
Sure. So I usually start with I'm a human being. I am not an alien, although some people really believe that because I'm a little bit weird and a little bit bubbly and a little bit expressive. So I'm a human being. You can relax. And I am I am a Dubai-based bilingual public speaker and personal branding coach. So why do I do what I do? I realized one day that I'm really not happy and I absolutely do not agree with what I see going on this planet. And I then realized one day that I keep on asking or keep on saying, can somebody please do something? Why is nobody doing anything? And then I read this quote somewhere on Instagram, you are someone. And I thought, oh my God, I've been asking the wrong question. I have to change. And then, it all just kind of flew in together and I realized maybe I need to be the person that I want to see more of or more people out of there, so I started to change. I started to figure out what I want to do, and I realized that a lot of people, they dislike self-marketing and they don't like promoting themselves, they don't like speaking about themselves. And I realized, you know what, especially artists, especially creative people, I want to help them. I want to help them, I want to empower them, I want to help them in a way that they become the best, more authentic, real, amazing version of themselves. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. So, how does it make you feel now when you're empowering those people through your speaking engagement? And I've seen a lot of great comments on LinkedIn. People really praising you. So, how does it make you feel personally when you're following your passion and you're doing what you love?
It feels great. It's literally a little bit of a burning and warmth sensation in the chest or in the heart area. Sometimes I am so touched and so excited and so proud of my clients. I sit down there and I get really teary. I sit down and I think, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. Oh my God, she made it. She faced her fears. So yeah, it's a little bit cliche, but it's absolutely true. I really get excited and I'm thrilled, and I just strive on that. I really feel so much better, and I'm happier when I can see that my work helps others becoming better and stronger and more positive. Yeah.
Wow, amazing, amazing. Well, that is something which I can really connect with, and I follow a lot of Gary V. Gary Vaynerchuk.
Oh, he's fantastic.
Yeah, I know you follow him as well. I saw one of your photograph with his book, Ask Gary V. So I think we connect so well. I think, just one video which I was watching yesterday where Gary was talking about how to, follow your passion. And he made a comment saying that, hey, look, by just doing this interview, he was answering somebody's question on the phone. And he said, by just doing this, can you understand how much money I'm leaving on the table? But I am willing to do that because I know at the end of the day, the comment that which is coming from you, it is so real to me. It's so so like a blessing, and so much means more to me than the money, right? So I think you,
Mm.
Gary, we somewhere we have some similar mindset. So whatever I am doing, it really gives me pleasure. Money is just a byproduct. Would you agree?
Yeah, it's a tool, it's a different kind of energy. And the thing is, the more you give and the more you are yourself, the more money will also flow. Do not focus on money, focus on giving, focus on being, focus on being awesome, and the rest will flow. I know it's difficult to grasp in the beginning, but I've been there and I'm not the only person on this planet. But if you want to hear it another time, it really works.
Yeah, yeah, most definitely. I think it's completely understood by me, you, and there are people who have already understood this and they're already reaping the benefit. So sooner you understand, most definitely you'll be the happiest person. Forget about the money part. Money will come.
Yeah.
Excellent. So I think you've already answered one of the question which I'm about to ask you is, what does success mean to you personally?
That's a tricky one because my definition of success is very different from the standard version. And I needed a very long time to understand that. So for me, success is basically three things. The first one is accepting and loving myself with all of my craziness and my flaws and my greatness. So being able to look into the mirror and say, "You're weird, but I love you." That is one part of success. A lot of people cannot do that. And the second thing or part of success is having the courage to be the real, authentic person that I am, independent from what my family or my friends or my society wants me to be. Like having the courage to say, I do understand, but I'm not here to please you. I'm here to follow my calling and to make a difference. And following that, I think, is also a huge part of being success. And so based upon these two elements, the third and last thing that belongs to success for me is building or designing a lifestyle and job or business around that passion that empowers others and helps you to be exactly that person who you want to be. So it's very diverse, that definition, but that's my definition of what success means to me.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Very few people understand and have that much clarity on what success means to them. A lot of people I've seen, they probably quantify success in terms of, hey, if I have $1 million, I would be successful. If I have a house, car, more of a materialistic thing. But I think
Mm.
you definitely bring a different flavor to it, and give a lot of people an idea that, hey, success is not just about the materialistic thing, it's the inner thing, having that happiness within yourself and being able to live fully and love yourself and give back to the world. I think that's definitely uh, one of the meaning of success, which a lot of successful people have already lived, and they're still doing it.
Mm. Yeah.
Great, great. So, you've already seen the fair share of success, and you plan to even write books and inspire a lot of people. One of the challenge which a lot of people face, when at times when I used to face, is I start something but I lose motivation. My motivation goes down. So what is it that you do or you suggest people to do in order to stay motivated every single day and, keep pounding, keep hustling?
Two things. Very good question, by the way, because I get it asked quite often. The first thing is creating a vision board. So take a cork board or a magnet board and put things up there that you want to have, that you want to be. It could be a dream villa, it could be you holding a TED talk, it could be you and your dream husband or wife, it could be you starting a foundation somewhere, anything, like anything that you want to have or be, put it up there. And then whenever you are in doubt, have a look at it and ask yourself, have I reached this yet? No? Well, then go back to work. Because I believe that dreams, unfortunately, don't fall from heaven. Of course, you need to sit down and meditate and visualize, but you need to get into action and daily work towards it. It takes time, it takes commitment, it takes perseverance. So that's one aspect. And another one is that I think it's very, very important that you find role models. So find those 3 to 5 people, ideally in your industry. If not, then go for a singer or an athlete or an author or I don't know, a philanthropist, anybody who does great work. And look what they do. Look how they live their life and ask yourself, well, am I there yet? No. What do I like about them? Okay, how can I get there? And then again, work towards it, because nothing is going to happen. Nobody is coming to save you. People will support you, yes, but the main work depends on you. And you need to understand that in the end, very likely you have only one life, at least terms and conditions, in this body on this planet. So you better make it happen.
Yeah, wow, that's true. That's true. One life, make full use of it. So I like what you said about the vision. For a long, long time, I had no idea what I'm gonna do in my life. But ever since I wrote down my mission, my vision of what I'm gonna be a few years down the line, I wanna help inspire 10 million people. That has given me the immense, immense motivation and the fire which will never burn out, right? So that is something which is so true. Thank you so much for sharing all that.
You're welcome. And what is also very important, a lot of people are a little bit afraid. Once they have written it down, they think, oh my God, I need to stick to it. It's there forever. No. I mean, as long as you don't tattoo it on your underarm, you can always change it. You can amend it. You can make it better. So start there. If you realize after 2 weeks, after half a year, after 1 year, that's not really what I wanted. Fantastic. Because what is it then that you want? Maybe you now grew and you developed, and then go for the next level. It's totally fine. It's not written in there forever. You didn't commit to, it's not something, ooh, you need to stick to it. It's an orientation or a guideline.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's just a milestone, and it's not like imprinted forever, and it will never be changed. Goals will change, people change, your wisdom changes. Initially, I started with 1 million, but then I read the book 10x Rule. I said, hey, I'm gonna 10x.
Yo, I like the spirit.
Yeah, I love Grant Cardone as well. That book was amazing, sensational. So great inputs. Now, what would you suggest people? What is the secret ingredient for anybody to become successful?
Successful. Well, first you need to find out what success means to you. Because if success means to you being married and having 2 children and an amazing car and an amazing villa by 30, you need to work totally different compared to if somebody who says, when I'm 35, I want to inspire 10 million people. What is success to you? That's the first thing. And then set up a plan and daily work towards it. I think these are the very important basics. And then it's also very important that you do not listen to people who do not have the same targets or who gave up on themselves. Only because it didn't work out for that person who plays victim or who is miserable and accepted a mediocre life. That says nothing about you and your dreams and your success. Listen to people who are on a similar track or who have been there, who have suffered, who have come out of it, listen to these recommendations or to these lessons learned, and once again understand that you are the biggest factor that has an input on your success.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Have success defined and then go after it full heartedly. So amazing, amazing. Great. So what is it? What is it that somebody should do? I think you've already touched upon some of these things. How to stay motivated. Defining success. For yourself, having a vision, etc., etc. Um, Now, we usually start something again. We stumble upon some temporary failure. That's what I say, and temporary defeat, and then we move on to that, right? So, in your personal life, have you seen those defeats and temporary failures and setbacks, and if so, how did you overcome that?
Oh, very good question. Yeah, for me, one thing that kept on repeating was not believing in myself, not believing in my skills, thinking that my dreams are too big, because that's the way how I have been wired. And this was the limiting beliefs of the people that I used to surround myself. So whenever I worked too much or was tired, at certain stage, I would accept that opinion of another person and doubt my dreams, doubt my questions, thinking, Natalia, you want too much. You're really crazy. You're weird. Why can't you just have a normal job? Why can't you just do what everybody else does? What do you want so much? So that little crazy person in my head is like, "Nah." So these were the self-doubts. And the second thing was taking things personally. Oh, that was also something I know. I mean, it's written in front of me next to my computer. Do not take things personally. But every now and then, somebody writes something very insulting or rude on social media or sends me something disgusting. And I think like, oh, and no, I will never write something again. And oh, poor me, a victim comes out, until I realize, you're again falling into the old victim role. So now I learned that with enough rest, enough breaks, and enough meditation, I do not fall back into these old patterns. And the more you train that, the more you train your mindset to be, I can do that, I add value, I give my best, you're going to get there. It's a little bit like cleaning out, your attic, and you clean it out and it takes time and always whatever, but eventually you're going to get there. So I think these two things, not believing in myself and taking things personally, were the biggest failures or problems that kept on coming back until one day I said, okay, khalas, enough. Let's grow out of it.
That's amazing. Well, I cannot believe the part that somebody was throwing garbage at you on social media. How can they do that to a pretty girl who's authentic and who's genuine?
I don't know, maybe I triggered something in them that they don't like. I don't know. Very often it has nothing to do with me or with you, but with something in that person that it's a part of them that they don't like. It's a part of them that they don't accept. That's at least what I've read when it comes to bullies and haters and all of that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Great. So I think we're already getting some questions on live YouTube. So, but I've got some more questions. So what kind of books do you read? I know you read Gary Vee, which is one of my favorite as well. What else? What
Exactly.
kind of books do you read, and how often do you read it? And what more do you prefer, reading or audiobooks, or how do you manage reading books?
I read, I would say, two kind of books. So the first part is definitely everything around social media and personal branding. And the second bit is something that I would call, let's say, self-help or self-development. And I realized that reading books, like classical reading, is somehow not fun for me anymore, because I needed to read so much for my PhD thesis. So whenever I have a book in my hands, I have the tendency to, marker, post-its, oh, this is important. Oh my God, I need to use that. It's like, whoa, I'm reading just to relax, to have fun, right? So I realized that when I want to read for pleasure, audiobooks really work very, very well for me. And I use them when I drive, for example, or when I'm at the beach or at the pool or anything. Instead of just listening to music, I listen to an audiobook. And I give my best to read at least every second day. Every day at the moment is, I think I need to reschedule my habits. I would love to read every day, but at the moment I am still action packed. I know I need to work on that. But yeah, every second, every third max day is very realistic at the moment. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay, great, great. And I think somewhere we are again alike. I listen to a lot of audiobooks because I'm not a more of a reader, so I stick to audiobooks. And again, you can integrate as you rightly mentioned. So people who are listening to this is one of the key takeaway for people who have not done that and people who are struggling. That hey, I'm not a book kind of person, and I want to grow in life. I want to have more knowledge, but I don't know. I don't really feel like sticking to a book. Here's the classic example. Do what Natalia does. Don't listen to music. You can once in a while, but listen to the audio books.
Yeah.
That's the mass. That's the mass. What do you call? That's a treasure. People who have seen success, like Gary Vee, Grant Cardone, they've written their life success formulas in those books. And if you can read somebody's mind in few hours, why would you not do that? It would be very stupid of me if I'm not reading somebody who's done it and been there in their books. So great points. Thanks for sharing, Natalia.
You're welcome.
Great, great. So I think we have already past 30 minutes mark. We'll just take a couple of more questions, which I intended to ask, and then we'll have a few questions from audience as well. So one of the points which you already touched upon, reading a book, right? What are the daily habits of successful people? What is it the successful people do in their whole day?
I read a lot about successful people, but I think what might be more interesting is how I structure my day. And yeah, I perceive myself as successful as well.
You
So
are
I think
successful.
that
Yes, you are, of course.
right?
That's why we're talking.
so that's how I start my day.
Yeah.
I wake up around 5 or 6, depending on how much work I have, and I start with meditating. So I meditate for 30 minutes, and I do a mix between just classic breath work and visualization and gratitude. And after that, I usually do breakfast because I do believe that your body is a temple and you need to feed it properly. And when you don't eat properly, when you don't drink enough water, you will not deliver also high quality work. So I enjoy having great breakfast. Then I sit down and I do 1.5 to 2 hours social media work and emails, because I do believe if you have social media channels, it's all about creating community, it's about answering questions, it's about connecting people, so all of that. Then I take a short break, put everything away and work on that thing. Whatever that thing is the factor that is most important in your life. So the next 2.5 hours is all about that thing you need to work on to reach the next level. Very important. Then I usually have lunch. After lunch, I sometimes have a power nap. I totally love power naps. Sleep is not something for weak people. Sleep is awesome. And then what do I do after that? I usually prepare for my clients. I meet my clients, I coach my clients. And then I give my best to, do sports or read or go for a walk. And after that, listen to a podcast or read a book. And that's it. Be in bed around 9:30, 10ish. Yeah, this is usually how my day looks like, what my rituals and habits are.
Amazing, amazing. I think you're doing some of the great things. Definitely that's what it's brought you success. So the day when I started, doing the silence piece, initial meditation, and the affirmation. I read somewhere is there's some acronym called SAVERS, and I shared this with Stacey Cross as well, who I interviewed last time. So SAVERS, I'm sure you might have heard, is first is silence, second is affirmation, V for visualization, E for exercise, R for reading, and then S for scribbling. You're writing your goals down. Ever since I started doing that, and a lot of people who I've shared this message with, they've started doing that. The life has really, really changed a lot because you're starting
Yeah.
your day with the power pack. How the breakfast is important for body. Similarly, having the right mindset and right thoughts at the start of the day is so essential for your mind, so that gives you enough fuel that can drive you for more 18, 20 hours that you're going to plan to work, hopefully.
Yeah. And it's really important, as you said, write it down, write down what you want to achieve, decide on your habits. If you cannot do it on your own, get a performance coach, get a life coach, get a buddy that you can make, responsible for your actions. And implementing a new habit can take between 30 and 90 days. So work on it.
Boom, bang on. Absolutely, absolutely. Now, this is one of the really, really important questions. A lot of people who are watching this, I think most of them, they're working for somebody, which is a good thing as well. But I've seen a lot of people who suggest that, hey, follow your passion. But not necessarily people are going to work because they love working for somebody. Some of them, they go to work because they have no option. They want to feed their family, they want to make money. So if somebody wants to come out of the rat race and if they want to follow their passion, what is the advice that you would give them?
Well, if you can somehow afford it, go and get some professional help. There are life coaches, and it's their job to take you by the hand and guide you through that. If you say, no, I don't want to do that, or I don't like it, or whatever, I want to do that on my own, okay, that's fine. But that needs to be planned. You need to, first of all, it makes a big difference if you are on your own or if you are responsible for a whole family. And then if you have a family, are you the only person who brings home money? When you start your own business, also very important, when you plan everything, have you saved up enough cash for, let's say, a year that will get you, through the year for the case that things go very, very wrong? These are things that you need to plan. It's literally like setting up sort of a business plan, or however you want to call it, or my life-changing plan, whatever. But get clear on how long you allow yourself for that. Is it 6 months? Is it 9 months? Is it 12 months? If you say it doesn't work after 6 months, will you get professional help after that? Plan in milestones, very important. Don't go for in 10 years I want to be. This wouldn't motivate me. It's very important that you break it down. Okay, if you want to be there in 10 years, where do you want to be in 5, in 3, in 1 year? What is it that I can do tomorrow? What is it I can do today to start working towards it? So have these milestones, and also very important, celebrate these milestones. Reprogram your brain in a way that you see that you can do it. And once you have 3, 4, 5, milestones that you've reached, you start to believe in yourself on a higher level. You start to be more self-confident, and then you get automatically more energy to push through. But you need to break down the massive packages into smaller ones to make it tangible and make it achievable. Because everything, I do believe you can learn and do and be anything in life, but you need to put that into smaller work packages and then daily work on those small elements. Because if you have too much work, you're just demotivated and you don't know where to start. And that's the most natural and normal thing on this planet. So this is what I've learned during my sabbatical. I did a lot of mistakes, and yeah, that's what I've learned.
A lot of personal experiences teaches us a lot. So now, beautifully said that, if you want to definitely reduce your learning curve drastically, get a coach, because they have already done it. They've made the mistake. They'll make sure that you don't make the same mistake. If you can afford it, get a coach. Number two, if you don't want to get a coach, set your targets, set your goals, set your milestones, break it down to the minuscule so that you can track them well, and then execute it. Save some enough money so that you can take a break from your work and try and R&D test and see how it works. And if it doesn't work, you always have something to go back on.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. Great, great. So let's just take a few questions, in last few minutes that we have with you. So first of all, thank you everybody for listening in. I'm really enjoying the conversation with Natalia here. So let's see. We've got question from Ankush Dubey, and I think we might have covered that little bit of that. He's saying that what one should do to boost himself every day, irrespective of how bad the day starts or is proceeding. Right? How do you counter the bad days?
As soon as you label a bad day as a bad day, it will be a bad day. So it's all about your perception of the day. When you feel that the day is bad, or that you're thinking that it's bad, twist it and say, today is actually a fantastic day. And then some people call it count your blessings. If that is a little bit too spiritual or too religious for you, then count your or think about the things that you're grateful for. So sit down in a convenient position and say, I actually love the fact that I have a fantastic family. You know what? I have great friends. I like my body. I like the fact that I have electricity and water. A lot of people don't even have that. You know, I have a home. I have a great car. I maybe might not like my job, but I really like my hobbies. And you know what I also like? The fact that I can travel whenever I want to go. I actually, you know what? I really like this new chair that I bought. And I like pizza, you know? So count whatever you like. So you reprogram your mind from this victim where everything is negative there into, gosh, look how many amazing things are out there. And there's so much to be excited for. And promise yourself that you plan in something into your day that you absolutely love doing. You know, if it is, I don't know, skating, go skating. If you love ice cream, get that ice cream. If it always makes you happy to watch a comedy, watch a comedy. Do something, promise yourself something during your day that really, really puts that massive smile on your face, and then go out there and work towards your greatness.
Wow, that's amazing. That's so beautiful. And I'm sure out of all that, I love pizza would have stuck to a lot of people's head.
Exactly. You can be grateful for pizza. You can be grateful for barbecue pizza, Hawaiian pizza, I don't know, mushroom pizza. I know if you're really uncreative on that day, just count out and say out loud which pizzas you like, and that will make you laugh or make you cry or, you know, make you happy. And this is what it's all about. Don't take yourself and life so seriously.
Yeah, I completely agree. I just love the way you put things across with so ease and so naturally. You're definitely one of the bubbliest members that we've got on this channel so far.
Thanks.
Great. So last question, comes from Keta Rajiv. He says, how to convince someone to believe in positive mindset?
You cannot convince anybody and you cannot change anybody until that person decides to change or decides to believe. Your job, in my opinion, is to come from a place of kindness and love and compassion and share everything you've learned in life and what you believe in. And if somebody asks for help, you can share your stories and your knowledge. And that's everything that you can do. But that person that you're talking to needs to make the active commitment towards change, or needs to actively decide, I want to be responsible for my life. I am responsible for my happiness. And as long as that person is not in that mindset or doesn't want to do that, nothing is going to change. And it's also not your job. We can only inspire and empower, but a person also needs to be ready. And there's this beautiful saying, when a person is ready, the teacher appears, right?
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Rajiv, my take, is try your best to change your friend's mindset, but if not, cut that person off your friend list.
Yeah. Look for
But
other
yeah,
people who appreciate you for who you are. I mean, yeah, it doesn't make sense to fight or to be negative or to, use force in any kind of such, conversations. What for?
yeah. I've cut a lot of people who are not, with the positive and power mindset, which I wanted them to have. So I had to, stay away from them. I've not really completely disconnected, but hey, I would want to hang out with people who are really, really positive because I'm a positive person. I don't want anything to kill my day or make my day bad. I don't want any negative thoughts. So beautiful, beautiful thoughts, Natalia. And I just really love the knowledge that you have in terms of the mindset. For sure, you have seen success with really, really gratitude. You are such an humble, loving, genuine, authentic person
Oh,
with
thank
such a
you.
great knowledge. And of course, you're pretty. So, but
Thank you.
all the deadly, thoughts which can definitely change a lot of people's mind. What is your preferred mode of connecting with people on social media?
I am literally all over social media. So if people write me an email, perfect. It's nat@thinknatalia.com. If not, you can always contact me through my webpage. It's also thinknatalia.com. You will find me on, let me think, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and LinkedIn. And it's always at thinknatalia, one word.
Awesome, awesome. That makes life easy, you know. So guys who are listening in, look her up. I've really read some of the amazing posts from her. She really, really is authentic, genuine, a knowledgeable person when it comes to the mindset, branding, and inspiration, motivation. So Natalia, once again, thank you so much. Really, really humbled and really honored to have you as a guest speaker and guest celebrity who can really change a lot of people's mindset. For sure, we'll stay in touch and lots of love from India and everybody. A lot of love from Care Nation.
Thank you so, so much. I really enjoyed it. I wish you all the best and keep me in the loop. Thanks.
Absolutely, we'll do that. We'll do that. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic day out there.
Likewise. Bye.
Bye bye. All right, so guys, if you really want some more insight, I'm gonna share all that links that Natalia shared. I'm gonna put that in the description box. Do check her comments and do check her posts and all. Definitely, she is really, really unstoppable. So, guys, this is your friend Dave Gadhvi reminding you that you have greatness within you. As all the greatest personalities say, that you have to just live that greatness, just work up to your potential, and you will definitely be unstoppable. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in today.